Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Sunday. I know we're actually committing a sin here, going live during NFL football, but I told you guys we'd be out here and 3 o'clock every day, so here we are. Me and this guy here, Big Ron. We apologize if I sound a little scruffy. I am sick. It's not COVID though. It's a negative for COVID, so that's good. But here's what we're working on, and I apologize for all the damn love bugs flying around. We're working on this area here, cleaning this up. It'll be pretty smooth here. I think here in a minute we're gonna probably put a coat of body filler on it, and a light coat. And Big Ron's working on these areas here, cleaning this up, and up in here. Door jambs look pretty good. We got a little bit of work still, just a couple little spot filling, like right here, stuff like that. Just little shit. There's a little spot right there. I don't even know if you guys can see it, but there's just little things, and we need to run around and hit those. And what's up, Diesel Body? How you doing, buddy? Welcome back. So we're making a lot of progress over here. It's bodywork's just hurry up and sand, and it takes forever. So it just is what it is. But we are getting there, and he's made a whole lot of progress up here. This just looks dramatically better than it did yesterday. Thank you, sir. Or the day before. This here is stupid good compared to what it was. We're really happy with how this has turned out. Honestly, we were even thinking about either tomorrow morning or something like that, probably putting a coat of primer, or probably not, but get this jam primed, and maybe even heavy prime up here once we get it skimmed and blocked again. So that'll look totally different probably by tomorrow night. When we see you guys again tomorrow at 3 o'clock, it'll look totally different. And honestly, we might just wait to prime until 3 o'clock and do the whole live with this priming. That might work out perfect. So you guys can watch prime all this stuff. And while we're doing that, I'll run around here and spot fill all this crap tonight and tomorrow morning, and get to where we need to be so we can hit as much as possible. So I don't think we have enough primer at the moment to do the entire cab, but the entire cab's not ready either. So here we are. And again, guys, if you're watching this, please like and subscribe. It's just me and my dad here building hot rods in a 2.5 car garage in Florida. So we just like to bring it to you. So yeah, this is our. And if you guys know anything about Apaches, and the reason this is relevant, and it doesn't make a lot of sense, right here, the roof skin overlaps right here, and it goes into this panel. This is a totally different panel from here. So we welded it up across here, ground it down, and then filled it with all metal, hammered and dollied it in and everything, so it's not like an inch thick of anything. I didn't like that. But it used to look like this. Maybe not as bad as that, but like this, overlapping right here. And that's a factory thing. And when you look at these at shows or anywhere, like, that's a factory thing, and it just doesn't look finished. It drives me nuts to a point where I actually thought about putting a visor on this, more or less to hide this. And the more I looked at them at the show in Louisville, the Stroud Nationals, I was like, you know what? If we weld and grind that down and do our job, it'll look good. It'll look exactly the way I need it to look. And so that's what we're doing here. I do have a dead zone, guys. As soon as I walk outside of this door, things get weird. So if the internet gets weird, just holler. I've been working. It's actually feeling pretty good. This is where we welded on the inner patch panel. And I still got I'm working on this still, but it's actually not bad. it grounded down really well, and the welds went, I mean, everything about that went well when we did it. So it basically looked like this to begin with. We just needed a slight little skim on there, and that's what I've been doing. And the hope is, again, to get to priming, to get this door epoxied here in the next couple days. The other side of the door we've been working on for a week, off and on for a week. This side today is kind of like day one. So it's getting there. We got a little more work to do tonight on it, but it's getting in the zone. But the big thing is over here on the, how long have we been doing bodywork? How long have we been doing bodywork on this thing, you think? Not metalwork, just bodywork. Not that long. Couple weeks? Couple weeks, I guess. Diesel. Which, you know, considering it's, you know, me, and I'm not really an auto body guy. And then my dad over here, who is an auto body guy, you know, and we're basically using hand tools and stuff. So, you know, it takes a little longer. We're doing it the old school way. But in life, well, this guy's been doing body work for, my God, when did you start doing body work? When he was 16, 17? And you're what? How old are you now? He's 71 now. So, long time. That guy right there actually did body work and paint on F-14 Tomcats, the fighter jets, on the John F. Kennedy aircraft carrier and the Eisenhower. He was in the VF-14 top hatters. And, but yeah, he's been building cars my entire life. I distinctly remember a C1 Corvette. It was a 57 Corvette that he was building in the garage of our old house when I was like 5 years old. And I would go down there and hang out with him while he was doing it. So, yeah. I went to school, to trade school for auto body and paint. But that was, you know, another life ago. So I've been in the hotel and building maintenance forever. I used to be one of the head guys at Disneyland, actually, on the hotel side back in the day. So running the maintenance crews over there. So you ain't kidding, Steve. The shit they got out there today is just, you know, I mean, they're cool looking, but they break, and they are just thin as hell. We actually, that red truck, it's a 2003 Ram. It's 5.9 Cummins HO. That's Big Ron's truck. Bought it, it's a long story. But we just did a frame swap on that truck because the frame rotted out in the back. And it has just been absolutely babied. But going through that truck and finding all the rust, there was some rust on the bottom of the cab, on the rockers. There were just all kinds of shit. And, you know, it's just, I don't know. I think these are built way better, honestly. I prefer the old metal if I had a choice in it. And I can tell you, I mean, even as much as like a new fender from like National Parts Depot, right? And we're talking metal compared to a factory fender. I mean, they're close, but this has more weight to it. I mean, this is I feel like this is a thicker fender, which is, you know, neither here nor there, but the old metal was definitely better, I think, for sure. So it just made different. But you guys are watching this, please like and subscribe. Love to have you. So yeah, so we're getting there. Right now it's been bodywork. Door jambs are really close. Looking at priming them tomorrow in our 3 o'clock live stream. We'll be priming. I think we're going to do that. That works. We're also working on this area up here. So tomorrow we'll be priming this as well. Get some heavy coats of primer on that so we can get that blocked out. It's actually way closer than it looks. When you run your hand over that, it feels pretty good. So really happy with this. This cowl area, I just need to spot some things like these little pits, right? Heavy primer's never gonna fill that. But I just need to get a little, and then it'll be fine. And again, you'll never see this. This whole thing right here it goes away as soon as we put a fender on it. covers all this. And then you got an inner fender that's coming, I believe it's like this, from like here, boom, all the way down. So you lose all of this as well. So I mean, it's like there's very little of this engine bay that you actually can see once you get rolling and get the front on it. Now, we do have the front to this truck. The front fenders are really bad. We were going to try to fix them, but to be completely honest with you, we do not have the, not that we don't have the ability, we don't have the tools to fix them. They are rotted in some very distinct places that they do not make patch panels for, and that you would literally need metalworking tools, an English wheel, the hammer, all that kind of stuff to actually get this formed around the headlights and that kind of thing. So I think we're going to buy new front fenders from National Parts Depot, but we do have a great hood. We have a killer original hood. Couldn't be any better, I don't think. I mean, it was gorgeous. We, as part of that front fender disaster that we have, the area behind the grill, forget what that's even called, but the grill surround, that was pretty bad where it mounted to the actual fenders. And again, in very unique places that, you know, I think it's like $200 to buy a new one. So I think I'm just going to buy a new one and then we don't have to worry about it. But we are using the factory bedsides, as much stuff as we possibly can. Factory doors, you guys see them, I've been working on. And yeah, for sure. Bluegill, for sure. This entire frame, so that we're all on the same page here. Sometimes I forget not everybody's been in here every day. So the frame, the way you see it, is going to completely change here in October 1st. October 1st, the cab comes off the frame, goes on a dolly. Big Ron, that guy, he'll keep doing body work on the body, on the cab, and on the bedsides. And then October 16th, we're ordering a Hyatt's Mustang 2 front suspension for this. So that'll be tubular control arms, 2-inch drop spindles, coil springs, Pete and Jake shocks, power steering, rack extenders, front sway bar, 11-inch brakes. It's also going to have the 4-piston Willwood calipers in red. So that'll be fun. I've always wanted those on a car, so it's getting them. So we're going to do that with the braided brake lines and all that stuff. So the front will be dialed. All of this factory suspension shit you see on here, all the leaf springs and all that, it's all coming off next month. So we're putting a 9-inch Ford in the rear with disc brakes, with Hyatt's 4-bar, parallel 4-bar, and QA1 billet coilovers in the rear, adjustable rear coilovers. Gas tanks going in the bed or in the frame. All that stuff's going to happen. So come October 1st, we'll get this cab off of here, and then you're going to watch me live in living color literally strip this thing down. Any bracket, anything on here that doesn't have to be here is going to come off. I'm going to take the Bauer surface conditioning tool, this guy up here. And if you guys are wondering how to strip something down to bare metal without sandblasting or something, go buy one of these, okay? This does things like this, like that fender, this door. That's with the Bauer. I hit this door here yesterday with a 240 drum, and I mean, it looks like, you know, a polished up airplane. I will go over this entire frame and take it down to bare metal, and then we'll epoxy prime it. And 16th of October, we'll order that front suspension, the whole kit, cross member, the whole deal, boxing plates, all that stuff. And then we'll go live and we'll unbox it with you guys, and then we'll probably the next day put it in. That's probably how this will work. And I'm thinking that'll be somewhere between October, probably 20th and Halloween. Somewhere in there, it'll come in, and then we'll get it on. But yes, Bluegill, we're without a doubt getting rid of those brakes. That's happening. That's not staying. And I know it seems a little weird. Why would you do all this work to the cab before the frame? A lot of people do the frames first and then get into the body work. I could afford to do the cab. That's basically where we're at there. With all the 80 different projects we're building, it was easier to do the manual labor piece and buy primer and stuff than it was to buy, $3,500 front suspension, $2,000 rear suspension. The stuff's expensive. So, yeah, and the cab mounts were shot. I mean, they were gone. The floor was shot for the most part. There was a lot of rust on this that we couldn't see because it was literally a full truck when we got it. It had a bench seat in it, steering column, fenders. I mean, it looked like Tow Mater from Cars. That's exactly what this truck looked like without the tow and bed, right? Without the hook. So it had step side bed. But that was the patina that was on this thing. It was amazing. And I even thought at one point, maybe I'll just do like Poppy's patina or something and do a wipe on clear coat and just rock and roll. But once we took the fenders off and you started to really see the rot, this was gone. So was this. This is your cab mounts right here. That was completely rotted off. This didn't exist. Frame was in, good shape for considering what it is, but, the rockers, somebody had actually put a replacement rocker on here, just set it on here, rocker skins, and just set them there. They didn't even pop rivet it. They didn't Gorilla Glue it, not even duct tape. They just set them on there. And so when this door here was a bastard to get open because this fender had been pushed back a little bit and it was rotted off on the bottom. And every time you'd open the door, it would bend the door in a little bit on the edge. And it was a nightmare. And so we didn't realize it, but this side here, I literally walked up and I was like, oh, I got to get that rocker out of there so we can put the new ones in. And I picked it up. And the original rocker was under that rocker. And it was shot to hell. So it was like, great. So, if you buy one of these guys, just be aware of what to look for. Like, these areas right here matter. It's not that they're that expensive to buy the patch panels. They're a pain in the butt to put in, and you got to be dead nuts. And another area to look is back here. These mounts were rotted off here where the gas tank sits here. Just over the years, if the tank leaks or whatever, we didn't realize it. I pulled the gas tank out, and it looked great on this side. But once I got it out of the truck, the whole back was rotted off. So, I mean, literally put my arm in it. I was like, we're not using that. So, and that was part of the decision, beyond also wanting to put speakers and have a little more room with the bench seat. But that was part of the deciding factor to remove the gas tank from the back and to put it into bed. So, yeah. Where are you all watching from? We're in Spring Hill, Florida. We're about 40 minutes north of Tampa, Florida, on the Gulf side. And we've had people in here all the time from all over the world, which has been pretty cool. Those corner pockets are so difficult to keep water and rust out of. All of them are. Yeah, I know. It's Wales. William, that is amazing, man. Welcome, buddy. Appreciate you watching. Yeah, so I did some sandblasting on this. Mr. Trailblazer, New York. What part of New York? I asked that, and some people would be like, New York City. That is New York, but I realize there's more to New York than New York City. I was actually in Ithaca for about 2 months, up there at, what the hell is that? Cornell, I guess? We had a hotel up there. Long Island, nice. Washington State, Hydro, I remember you from yesterday. So I sandblasted some areas on this that I couldn't get the Bauer surface conditioning tool into, like back in here. There's just no way to get anything in here. Some of these tight spots up in here, that kind of thing, around some of these, I sat here and sandblasted for 2 days on this truck, just any nick and cranny I could. and we're still getting sand out of the son of a bitch. It's in every nook and cranny. Every time I move the truck, I get a pile of sand. It looks like a beach. So, and I've shot back it a million times. Jake Carter, you want a close up of the frame? Here you go. I mean, it's probably got the original paint and everything else, but it's actually in really good shape. It's never been wrecked. We went ahead and checked everything. It's true. We got no real issues with it. We are going to cut this cross member out when we put the Mustang 2 in afterwards. We're going to keep it in there for now, just so that it doesn't, do anything weird when we're putting the cross member in. But the back of the frame's good too. It got your cab mounts there. All this stuff. It's in good shape. What they did, which saved a lot of this, and you'll see it right here, there's undercoating on a lot of this stuff. And the metal underneath is literally perfect. Thank God. So when they undercoated this frame and the cab and the inner fenders and all that kind of stuff, they absolutely saved this truck. But yeah, frame's in good shape. And the idea here again is get the cab off and then get all the stock suspension off and then take it to bare metal, epoxy it, and then we're gonna box the front up here. When you do the Mustang 2, it's got a boxing plates. Louis, what you got? But this whole section will be boxed. And then when we actually go to do the LS, we're going to put a 6-liter LS in this. Unless I get some screaming deal on a vet motor or something. Then that might happen. Save myself a lot of trouble. But yeah, we'll probably build a 6-liter LS right here. We'll get it, send it to, we got an engine shop real close to here that's real good. They do the, he built some of the engines for the hell is that TV show? It's got Big Daddy Dave and all that shit, the Outlaws or whatever. They do the street racing, but it's like the crazy high horsepower stuff. He's one of those guys, or used to be, and he helps them with their motors and stuff. Scotty's Racing Engines. And so Scotty's going to help us out building an LS on this thing. And he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to. And he did the, my dad's 44 out here. We took him to block the heads. He redid the heads, 461 camel humps. It's a 350, 2-bolt main. But he did all the machine work, boarded out 30 over, reconditioned the rods, turned the crank, got us all the bearings, got us pistons. We upped the compression to 10-to-1. And, hey, Herb. And, but he did all that, but he gave us all the parts, and then we assembled it here in the garage, which is kind of fun. I wish, I have a ton of pictures, but back then we weren't doing this, and I didn't film it, but I wish I would have. But we will definitely, without a doubt, be live. And, why would I put a good, yeah. So, because it needed a good engine. We didn't want to, I mean, to be completely honest, found on road dead is not great, We want to make it where we're going, No offense, guys. I'm a Mustang guy and I'm telling you, after I had a 2003 Mustang GT, it was the 3-valve, and those bastards from the factory designed the spark plugs so poorly that you literally had to have a special tool to get them out, because odds are you were going to break the damn plugs off. The simplest thing in the world. Basic maintenance. I still got the tool. I wish I had the car. But ran great. But, it took us days to do spark plugs in the damn thing. And you're freaked out that you're going to, break them off in the head and everything. Terrible. And we just did a Ford Ranger with we just put a 95 Ranger with a 3-liter V6 in it. We put a water pump in it. You want to tell me why in the hell you would put, I think there's 3 different size bolts on the water pump from I believe it's an 8mm, a 10mm, and a 13mm. And then they put it in a position where, you literally have to take the power steering pump, the whole bracketry there that holds all of the accessories. You have to take that off because for some reason they designed it to where 3 or 4 of the bolts were in a position where you can't get them off without removing everything. It's almost as if they just went, you know what? We can make more money if we make this complicated and just teach our techs so that no one else on planet Earth will ever even want to do this. So they'll bring it to the Ford dealership and pay whatever it costs to get a new water pump. And that's what it felt like. And I went, yeah, you know. But I will say this. If I had an F100 in here or not, any old Ford truck, I'd be putting a Coyote in it in a heartbeat. 5-liter Coyote would be going in that thing right now. And that might be a thing we do later. You never know. I have a thing for, I think it's a 56 F100 or something like that. Beautiful truck. Love it. But I'd love to put a Coyote in one of those. Maybe a supercharged Coyote in one of those. And, yeah, maybe turbo Coyote in one. We could do a lot of things, boys. We could do about whatever we want. So there are no rules, which is great. Thank God. I refuse to put a Honda engine in a Ford or a hot rod, so I'm not going to do that to you. So don't worry about that. So, you know. But yeah, this one, I've just never built an LS, and I thought, you know, shit is perfect for it. You know, helps with the value of the truck, fuel injection. Why not? Let's do an LS. So that's what we're doing. So we figured we'll just grab an LS and build it. We actually have a line on a 5.3. I just don't know if I want to build a 5.3 for this. I feel like I need a 6-liter with a good set of heads and bump the compression and put a nasty truck horse cam in it and just let this thing just tear the damn tires off. That feels more realistic to me than a 5.3, 300 horse kind of thing, you know. But what's my opinion on the LT6? I don't have one, actually, because I don't know much about them. So we've been doing, I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you. We're building a 65 Chevelle SS. It's not here for you to see, or I'd show it to you. But you can check it out on our channel. I got videos of it when we got it. But like this right here, minus this, that's definitely not an air cleaner. That's the numbers matching 283 that came in the Chevelle SS. And the question is, do you put the numbers matching 283 back in it? Or do you put an LS in it or something, a 327? Ghosty, this is a 1958 Chevy Apache pickup truck. It's all torn apart at the moment. You got a door over there, passenger fenders over there. It's a step-side bed. Just imagine tow mater from Cars. That's real close. What this is. Apache. Oh yeah. So, yeah, we're having a lot of fun with this truck. You did. Well, no. Well, you came close. You came close. But, yeah, we're having a lot of fun with this truck. It's just, again, it's just me and Dad working on this thing, you know, basically 7 days a week. And not because we have to, just because we want to. And Joel, I know, I thought about that because there is an option for a 350 horse 327, and I could very easily build that and, you know, do that. I mean, there's no reason you couldn't do that. Put a 4-speed in it. True. I'm with you. Honestly, I have that same opinion, Ghosty, when it comes to the doors and the windows. Like, it had cozy wings, and I kind of like them. So I'm going to put cozy wings back in it. It's got roll-up crank windows. They work great. I'm going to put them back in it. I just don't see the need. I mean, it'll have a whole plethora of tech in this thing. All right. I mean, there's going to be all kinds of crazy things going on. But, you know, I feel as if I'm capable enough to roll up a window. And it will save me a lot of money and a whole lot of time. But I am going to put air conditioning in it. That's happening. That needs to happen. We're in Florida. Hell, it's 91 degrees with 41% humidity right now in the garage. It's a sweatbox. So, yeah, so we'll take this out. This block-out plate will come off. And the AC will go right here. up under the dash, and then when you open the glove box, it won't go back as far, but it'll definitely have AC, defrost, heat, all those things. Hey, I get it, Ghosty. I get it. I'll be honest. I love imports. I do. And I'm not talking about Honda Civics with a 17-foot picnic table wing on it and that kind of thing. That's not what I'm talking about. But like, there's some seriously cool import cars all over the world that are just absolutely amazing. And you work with vintage Japanese imports, really? That's cool, man. Shit, I used to build Hondas. Actually, the last Honda I built was an S2000. It was an AP2, and we put I think it was a full race turbo kit on it with, I don't know, it was stupid. It was like 550 horse. You couldn't even drive it. It was so damn fast. All it wanted to do was spin around on you. It made it a lot of fun to drive. That was part of the deal. When I get this thing done, buddy, this is for my friend, I said, I get the first ride. So me and the tuner drove around, literally just tearing the shit out of his car. It was a lot of fun. But came back and he's like, what did you do to my car? I said, when you drive this, just remember, when you drop a gear, you're going sideways. It's just gonna happen. Nice. A Subi. Supra too. Mark IV Supra, that's a hell of a car. That's a very expensive car, buddy. Love to have one of those. You see them, there's like top rank imports and stuff. I still watch some of these YouTubers that like TJ Hunt and Dustin Williams and those guys that have, all these things. And they go to this top rank place, and I think it's top rank. I feel like that might be golf. But something to that effect. And they import Japanese cars. And I've seen them buy Supras and whatnot that are right-hand drive that have got, like 40,000 original miles on them. They're drop dead gorgeous. They still got like a Japanese CD in them and stuff, It's fucking cool. If I ever get rich, we'll do that. And we'll just, for side project, we'll build something neat. But yeah, guys, we are planning on tomorrow, for tomorrow's live stream, we're going to be priming. So check that out tomorrow, 3 o'clock. We do a 3 o'clock live stream every day. Started about a week ago. And if you're watching this, please like and subscribe. We are going to heavy prime the door jamb. Actually, both door jambs. This whole area up here, you'll be able to watch us do that. The cowl area, I'm going to try to have most of that spot filled by then. And I doubt we'll be getting to the doors or anything like that. But doors are going to be epoxied, so that'll be a whole nother deal. But I got to get epoxy on them first. And then we'll start heavy priming. But for now, we need to get some primer on some of this. I went ahead, we already primed all of this once. Heavy primed it. And I blocked it with 220. And I've got it pretty close. I've got some little things like this. I got to hit this little deal right here. I got to clean this up here. But mostly it's little stuff like that. I don't know if you can see that. Little bitty like pits almost. And this truck, these trucks, they rust. But you get pitting like this. So I want to hit some of this with some spot filler and just kind of go around and clean some of that up. I've got little bitty, like some of these here, just a quick, and it goes away kind of thing. But for the most part, it's pretty straight and it's pretty right. So by the time I get it spot filled and then we heavy prime it and I block it again, it's going to be really close. And we're doing, let's be completely honest, you're never going to see this again once I put a fender on it. It goes away. But I want it to be to a point where us or anybody else, if we ever have to take the fender off, it's right. You don't look at it and go, oh my God, they used, spray foam and fucking Gorilla Glue, Jesus, what is happening? We don't want that. So we're trying to do it right, trying to dial it in. Actually, this firewall is sanding out really good, really, really good. When we go and actually heavy prime that firewall again, it's going to be pretty much there. So now one big area we haven't really touched yet is the roof. Now the roof of this truck is absolutely flawless. There's no dents, no dings, no rust, no nothing. Now I've taken it down to bare metal. I've metal conditioned it, and then we epoxied it with Eastwood's white epoxy back a year ago while we were building 50 other things, but I wanted to get the roof. And my big problem is, you see the distance between the roof and the ceiling is my problem. So what I need to do is drop this truck down. And when this truck's on rollers, it sits so high right now, it won't even roll out the garage door. It'll hit if we put the wheels on it. So I need to basically put it on jack stands, pull the wheels, pull everything off, and drop it down as far as I can so I can get my big ass up here to deal with this. Because, who wants to sit there and hit their head on the garage door all day? That's just, not a lot of fun. But the back of the cab looks pretty good too. It's dialed in pretty good. I'd say we probably got a day or two on the back, and it'll be right where it needs to be. I'd say a day on the roof, maybe. We just need to scuff it up, prime it, and block it. Yeah, it's crazy, but this dash is perfect. There ain't a flaw in this dash. It's dirty as all get out right now from everything else going on above it. But the dash is perfect. So not a lot of work to do on the dash. Inside of the cab, we've already done most of it. So, kind of getting in a world. And again, we've got until October 1st. And I know I keep saying that, and I act like that's like some gun to my head deadline. But thank you, Ghosty. Yeah, we like it. Wait till it's done. You're going to love it. It's going to be turquoise. And it's going to have AC. AC controls will be here. And then I'm going to do an AM, FM, Bluetooth factory-style radio in it. That way I can listen to, Android Auto and all that kind of stuff. Pandora and that kind of thing. And then we're going to go with the latest and greatest just because I like it. And it's called the Graphics series. It's pretty slick. You can toggle in between, I want to say there's like 10 or 12, maybe more than that, different orientations on the gauge cluster. So you can change everything on it. Where the gauges are at, all that kind of stuff. It's all digital. And it has a backup camera feature built in. So when you put it in reverse, you got a 4K camera right here, and that backup camera hooks up to a license plate frame. So we'll have that on here too, which would be kind of nice. Yeah, it'll be bright. And actually here, probably in the next few weeks, I'm going to go up to Auto Body Express. I've got two colors I'm thinking about for this car. Two shades of turquoise, let's put it that way. One is tropical turquoise, okay, which is the factory turquoise. And it'll have the white roof, the creamy white roof. I've already got that figured out. But the turquoise, we painted a 57 Chev Bel Air dash turquoise, this tropical turquoise. And I went up to the paint shop, and we sat there for like 45 minutes just screwing around, me and the guy there, adding different colors, taking a little more of this, a little less of that. We ended up adding a little more blue, which really kind of made it pop. It went from kind of, it wasn't as bright, and then it got brighter, but it wasn't stupid bright. And we painted this dash on this 57. It looks absolutely incredible. And if you're curious on the color, check out, the best way I can tell you to do this is to go to Brown's Rod and Custom on YouTube and check out our channel. But go to the playlist, 57 Chev Bel Air, and you'll see that car. You can watch us paint the dash, but that's the color. So when I went to buy the primer the other day, I asked the guy, because he's now, the guy that I made the paint with is no longer at that store, but he just happened to be standing there. And he went ahead and showed him and printed off the, what do you call it? the formula for that, what we actually made up. He had it saved in a computer, and he printed it off for me. So I want to do that one. And then there is another 58 Apache. You've probably seen it. It's turquoise and white, but it's a certain color turquoise. I think it won like truck of the year or something like that. Street route of the year or something. It's killer. I know the paint code for that. Talked to the guy, got the paint code and the color. So I want to get a pint of that color and a pint of the tropical turquoise that I mixed up, and I want to do 2 test panels, clear them in the next couple weeks, and figure out which one we like best. Out in the sun, you know, all the things, hold them up, tape them to the truck, whatever we got to do, but figure out which shade, or if it isn't one of those, maybe it's something different that we want to play with a little more. Gives us an idea, but even though it doesn't look it right now, this frame's going to get painted before the end of the year probably. So there's a very, very high chance of that. So not to mention the rear end and all the things, and it's going to be painted turquoise. I'm color matching the frame to the body. The underside of the truck will look like $1 million. All of those things. So I need to figure the color out a little bit, which is kind of crazy to be thinking about paint. But this frame isn't that far away from being where it needs to be. We'll have probably a weekend and putting the Mustang Tomb on it, and probably a day, honestly. They'll just be getting the cross member in. But being Hyatts, they come with amazing instructions. It's almost idiot proof. So, you know, which is great for us. So we're gonna be able to use that and be able to go, okay, from this hole here to here is X number. Same here. Okay, that should be it. Boom, go, rock and roll. So, yeah, no, should be interesting. But we will be spraying color here in the next couple weeks, just to see what colors we want to actually paint the truck, right? I've went through several iterations of what I might want to do to the truck, from a dark green. It's actually John Cooper Works Rebel Green. It's a Mini Cooper color with bronze, with like a light bronze grill and wheels and that kind of thing, to black, to turquoise and white. But I keep coming back to turquoise and white. And every time I see a turquoise and white one that's done correctly, it something just pulls on the heartstrings. Kind of want that. So we're going to give that a shot. I think that'll be fun. Hey, John. So that'll be something we'll be doing here very shortly. Hell, I might even think that, what is today, Sunday? Yeah, definitely Sunday. But they open back up tomorrow. I might even go up there and see if they can play with that a little bit. Get me a couple pints, something I could spray. We can do that. That'll be fun. And it'd be cool, too, to be able to show you guys what the actual color of this is going to be, so we can all kind of put our collective heads together. Because we do listen to you guys, believe it or not. We like your feedback. And if you're watching this, check out our channel. I do a bunch of shorts, but I do a video every day, a long video. They're literally every day of everything that we're doing. You know, how we do it, what we're using. You can watch us physically do it. Strip this truck down to bare metal. All the things. That entire 73 Volkswagen thing is on there. Every day of it. Might not be your favorite car, but it might be an interesting watch for you. How that thing transformed. Because it was a total piece of shit. You want a shit show. It literally didn't fit. We had the door open, half of it stick. We could paint the front half, and then we'd had to turn it around and back in bed to do the back half. Yeah, it was, yeah, good times. Our neighbors, believe it or not, incredible. Not most days, and typically a couple guys, if not 3 or 4 dudes, hanging around here, drinking beer and helping out, and especially if we're putting engines in or building engines and stuff. Thank you, Paul. Gino, appreciate it. And so this is kind of the neighborhood hangout for all the car guys. And we got a lot of them around here. But we got more drag racing guys around here than you can shake a stick at. And one of these days, I'll go down. We got a guy here around the corner, just moved in from West Palm. He's got like, what, 4 or 5 cars? Drag cars that are just absolutely incredible. When he fires them up, you'd swear to God you were sitting at an NHRA a drag event. Whoa! You know, it's pretty slick. But what engine? It's going to get a 6-liter LS. Or if I can find some killer deal on like a 5.7 Corvette LS or something to that effect, a full swap, I would consider doing that. But probably going to build a 6-liter LS and put a 4-speed or a 6-speed auto in it. And we'll build it right here. We're going to bump the compression, make sure it's got the right heads on it, put a cam in it. We're going to put pistons in it. We're going to do all the things. Do an intake manifold, throttle body, you know. Wish my wife would let me work on my truck at home. Where are you all at? We are, we wish she'd let you do it too, man. We're in Spring Hill, Florida, which is about 40 miles north of Tampa on the Gulf side. So that's where we're at. Florida is a unique place. Again, when we like to say there are no rules in street rotting, well, it kind of goes the same way with Florida. It's and we kind of like that in a weird way. From time to time, that comes in handy when it doesn't get you killed, you know. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're originally from northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, Ohio. That's originally where we were from. And if you guys are from up and around that area, you may have seen this car from time to time. That's my dad's Model A 2-door sedan that he had back in 2001. We built that car from nothing. And actually, if you look at this car, the 40 Ford, we're going to paint that here in the next couple months. We're just waiting on the weather to break and the damn love bugs to go away and all the horrible things that would kill a paint job. But we're going to paint it jet black. Got the paint and everything here. And then we're going to take it up to Cincinnati and they're going to have the guy flame it just like that. So that should be kind of fun. We'll bring you guys along for the journey on all that. You can watch him if he'll let us do it. We'll video him laying out the flames and spraying them and shit. And I'll stand there next to him and video for you guys live. It should be kind of fun. Those are things that you usually don't get, you know, get to do. It's sitting on a lot right now. I cannot find anywhere to wrench on. Nice. Where you at right now, Paul? You in California? Sounds like you're in California, because I used to live in California, and there's just nowhere to do anything in California. We were in Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, Sweetwater, Tennessee. That's a cool name. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I was in Sweetwater, Tennessee, with about 100 acres and a fucking shop the size of a Costco. That'd be amazing. That's the dream. You know, one day if you know, if I ever get rich, we're gonna. Your truck's not legal in California. I get that. I took my my 03 Mustang GT out there with long tube headers, no cats, 93 octane race tune. They didn't have 93 octane. That was interesting. And ran like dog shit for a while. But yeah, they're telling me I had to go get it smogged and everything. It didn't even have cats. Like, oh shit. I kept putting it on. I think I gave the guy like $200 and he passed me. It's like, just saying, man, is there any way to, not saying it's legal or right, but you know, I'd still like to drive my car. It would be great. So, but yeah, that's where we're at over here, guys. We're body working our little lives away. I have a cold. I apologize. I sound terrible, but sniffling and shit. But I do not have COVID, which is fantastic. But hey, Paul, how is your truck not legal in Cali? Is it just an emission thing? Take care of someone. It was so very illegal, but I paid to do the. Nice. Nice, Paul. You know what I mean. Exactly. You go find yourself a little hole in the wall place that does the emissions checks. You walk in there and look at the guy, pull him off to the side, and go, "Hey, man." He's gonna know as soon as you pull up and it sounds like a fucking drag car. You're probably not gonna pass. So it. Yeah, you'll be fine. And if he won't do it, the guy next door will. There's nothing but mechanics out there. Somebody likes money and doesn't give a shit. Trinidad and Tobago. How you doing, Clive? Appreciate it, buddy. This truck's going to go turquoise and white. So it's going to be a white roof. We're going to bring it down to here and cut it here. And then we're going to paint the rest of the truck turquoise. And we were actually just talking about that. And we're going to actually do a couple of test panels with a couple different shades of turquoise and see which one we like best. There you guys, and then we can all kind of make a group decision on what we like. I don't honestly care as long as it's painted and it looks all right. And that sounds stupid because I'm incredibly picky, but I think both would look amazing. I don't know that I could lose either way. 70, like a creamy white on top. I don't want to do the bright white on top. I want to go like a creamy white. I actually have that here somewhere. When we go to do the test panel, we'll show you guys the white. That'll be in the next week or two. We'll spray that too. That way everybody can see it. And we'll see if we like that because, we shall see. That's something I mixed up with the paint guy in the back. Just randomly picked a paint color off stock 57 Bel Air and went, yeah, sure. It's not white enough. It's too white, all the things. Thank you, Clive. Fryer oil and jet fuel and waste more oil. If I got my tank dipped, I would be in deep. That is hilarious, Paul. Yeah, you're definitely not legal there. Just pay somebody. That might cost you $200 or $300 there, buddy. I don't know. But yeah, we're actually getting awful close. End of the month, October 1st, we're gonna take the cab off the frame, put it on a dolly here. This guy, my dad, Big Ron, he's gonna keep body working the cab, and I'm gonna rip all this suspension and bracketry off this frame, take it down to bare metal, epoxy prime it white, and then October 16th, we have a Hyatt's Mustang 2 coming. We're gonna order it on the 16th, and then we'll have all of that. We'll get that in, and then we're gonna move on to the rear. I got a 9-inch Ford rear end in the backyard, and which makes me sound completely hillbilly, but it's in the backyard. There's nowhere else to put it. But it'll be under this truck soon. And honest to God, I would say sometime in November or early December, we'll be painting a really in the cross member here and the things that need to be welded on here. And we should be moving in a direction. Now, the only thing that might hold that up is an engine and transmission, being able to get the engine and training mounts in. But I haven't really looked into that too much as to, I know that an LS, a 6-liter LS, physically fits in here without doing anything to the firewall. I say that. I watched a guy do it on a YouTube video, so here we are. But that's neither here nor there. But if he can do it, we can do it. So we're hoping we don't have to do anything crazy. Are you going with that particular color for your choice? Or back in those days, there was some great colors. Yeah. So I don't know why. We when we did the 57 Bel Air, we were going to paint that car turquoise and white, and ended up just doing black primer, or like a hot rod black. But we painted the dash this turquoise, this tropical turquoise we mixed up. And I fell in love with the color. And that is one of the color choices for this truck, back in the day you could get. And the way we're going to do it is probably very different than what you're visioning in your head. So it's going to be, It's not going to look like a stock one turquoise and white. It's going to look like a hot rod truck, turquoise and white, if that makes sense. It's going to have 20 by 10s, 20 by 8s wheels, either polished aluminum or chrome. I found a set of Bill Especially wheels I really like. But, you know, I think they're like $4,000 a piece. And that's just, you know, I didn't win the lottery when it was, you know, almost $2 billion. So that's not happening. But, you know, if I did win, there would be signs, right? And they'd probably have those wheels, and, you know, just saying. But, yeah, that would look good. Emerald green would look good. That was one of the color choices, was a dark green. One of the options. Originally, I wanted to go with it's John Cooper Works Rebel Green, okay? It's dark green, okay? And I had it on a Mini Cooper, on a 2023 Mini Cooper Resolute. And it had light bronze like door handles and grill and all that kind of stuff. And man, it looks sharp. And I'm a big fan of bronze, like light bronze. Not like gold bronze, but like a light bronze. From my import days. And I thought real hard about that. And I'm telling you, it's one of those things, you know, when you're walking around a show or you just see something and you go, that's the color, that's it, that's the wheels, that's the this, that's the that. You just know, and you're kind of immediately dead set on it, even though you weren't looking for it. That's kind of where I'm at with the turquoise and white. I've kind of been there since day one, and I've varied off of it a couple times, and I keep coming back to it. And I think I just, you know, I just need to kind of go with that, I think, my gut on that. And now this will probably, odds are, boys, will not be the last Apache truck you see built here. When this one's done, it'll probably get sold, good chance. And just like we're selling the Volkswagen thing we just finished. But our thing is we like the hunt. You know, we like hunting for the parts, we like the builds and all the things. But once they're done, we love to drive them and everything, don't get me wrong, but like it's the hunt that we like. We like the build, saving the cars. That's kind of what it's all about for us. I know that sounds cliche, but it really, really is. It isn't necessarily not that we are rich or anything. Not necessarily a money thing. It takes what it takes, and it takes as long as it takes to get it, right? But we want to build them right and do that kind of thing. But I think what you're going to see probably, I can't say next, because I got a feeling the 65 Chevelle's coming in here next. But I want, there's a big part of me that wants to take this truck and take it to like Mecum, run it across the blocks at an auction at like Mecum or Barrett Jackson, Scottsdale or something, and go live and bring that whole thing to you guys. Put a reserve on it, of course. And, you know, see where it goes, right? And if it does do well, then turn around and buy I really want to build a 57 big back window fleet side truck. And I'd like to get a decent one, and one that maybe I don't have to replace every panel on. And I'd like to paint it white with a red seat, red little headliner deal up here. Wheels, probably put an LS or maybe even a small block or a big block with, you know, 3 deuces or something cool. Some kind of killer motor in it. And the spear that goes down the fleet side bed, I want to do in red, like a deep red, and have red accents kind of all over the place. And have it just be just sharp as hell. That is something I definitely, you know, I wouldn't mind doing next. So see where this all goes. We shall see. Hey, if you guys are watching this, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Trying to build the channel. Tomorrow we'll be here priming. We'll be live priming at 3 o'clock tomorrow. So if you want to check that out, we'll be here doing that. There you go, Paul. Yeah, hit me up if you ever do, man. We'll talk about it. Right now, we don't really build cars for other people, mainly because it's just a pain in the ass. And to be completely honest with you, there's cars everywhere. You know, I still got to paint that one. I got to fix the steering on that one. I got building this one. I got a Chrysler over here. I'll show you this guy. Really rare. It's a 63 Chrysler 300, 383 4-speed. That we've been building for a couple years. Hey, have a good one, Ghosty. See you tomorrow, man. Come check us out. Marat, how you doing, guy? On this, I'm probably going to get an LS that I have to rebuild. I'm just assuming. I'm sure it'll have high miles, is what I mean by rebuild. Seems like finding one that has low miles is almost impossible. And at that point, you know, it. My bad, Ghosty. I had no idea. So sorry. But yeah, we LS that we do, we'll probably end up rebuilding. I did refurbish the diesel. You guys can check that out. That's on the channel for Big Red there. And I refurbished the engine for the Volkswagen. But we rebuilt the engine for this. And Chrysler, we refurbished it too. We pulled the engine, took care of it and all that. And my bad. I meant nothing by it, I promise. But yeah, just depends on how they are and what we end up getting. It, I mean, if it doesn't need it, it doesn't need it. Why do it? You know. But if depends on the mileage. I mean, if it's got over 100,000 miles on it, I'm definitely gonna want to do, you know, at least go through it or at least tear it down and check it out and make sure it's not gonna leave me on the side of the road. Because I mean, you got to think. I mean, when you put that kind of money into one of these, you want to know you're going to get there. And if you got to pull the engine out of it, the amount of work that goes into that is just crazy. So, you know, you'd much rather get it right the first time, drop it in and just be done. Spend whatever money you got to spend, do what you got to do and just get it going, you know. But, oh, boys. Well, I am losing my voice. My brother's texting me. I guess we're from Cincinnati, and I guess my Bengals got destroyed since they don't have Joe Burrow. So he's been texting me, do we even want to go to the Steelers game in October? Yeah, I was like, oh, shit. I haven't even seen the score. I don't even know, but I'm guessing it's bad. We're playing the Vikings, and we don't have Joe Burrow. So I'm just assuming that it was a shit show. You know. So maybe we should just sell the tickets. I don't know. Go watch Aaron Rodgers, old man Rodgers, beat the piss out of us. I don't know if I really want to be there for that. But anyways, guys, tomorrow we will be back. We're going to be priming door jambs, priming this upper area here that we're working on, probably the cow, getting all this kind of dialed in. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. We're doing this every day, 3 o'clock. We're going live. Come check us out. Hang out with us, ask us questions, so on and so forth. We're here to help. And really appreciate you guys. And again, if you're watching this, please like and subscribe. And hey, you too, Clive. See you tomorrow. See you, Paul. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.